Entering play here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your...
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year of the NFL now.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 107 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Finds his rookie tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Powell. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. A first down carry for Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a toss right to Barkley. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by one of the brightest young stars in the NFL, a 4th-year pro out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now a man who's taken the reins with the Cowboys, it's Tony Pollard. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 14 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though. He knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
Herbert on 1st down now. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 2nd and 5. Here's Herbert. Goes right back to McBride. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 29-yard line. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On second down, it's Pollard. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. This a 43-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Faking the handoff, Howell. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 4. You talk about this Miami defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they played in the first month. They have to be very proud of being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. .43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Able to get this one to McBride. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Herbert. A short one here, caught by McBride.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. On is the punter Hecker as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley taken down at the 42.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Powell's throw pulled in by Jefferson. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Powell, he'll look to throw it. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now you look at this defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. And Howe will throw it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run left with Pollard. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A short one here caught by McBride. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Out of the gun, Herbert. That is caught. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Herbert off of play action. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Trey McBride, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins add 6 to their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. Throwing here, Howell working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Howell down to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. The Bills hit 3-0 here in the month of September, and they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited, not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
What's the deal, y'all?
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now Howell. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that is no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Bills offense back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. From near the goal line, here's Howell. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Agnew now to return. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. On first down, it's Herbert. This pass complete to Pollard on the out route. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Herbert now. That's complete left side to Bateman. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got McBride here over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Herbert operating from the red zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes the challenge flag. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So good decision there by Mike McDaniel to throw that challenge flag. They rule in his favor. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes our score 17-0. After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
It's a gain of 5.
Howell. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Coverage by Keanu Neal.
Here's Howell. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. On the return, here's Agnew. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's McBride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Herbert. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. That one a first down pickup of 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Able to get this one to McBride. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This 2nd and 4. Again, Herbert. That's going to be caught by Kirk. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Back to throw here, Herbert. And one more time, here's Kirk. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And in the second quarter, it's the Vikings who are out on top. Bijan Robinson, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The rookie second-round pick, Will Levis, with 2 touchdown passes. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Herbert. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
47-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Pollard going to try the right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 29-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
Herbert on first down now. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
Ball start, offense.
Now that's on big Mekhi Becton, first-round pick in 2020. And they'll try again here, first and goal after the false start. A give to Pollard, running left. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Here's Herbert. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Christian Kirk from 6 yards away. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Gano the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. That time a 9-play drive, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They begin with a run by Barkley. Oh, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10. Now Howell. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
And Howell will throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stopped the run.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Jalen Hyatt, 65 yards. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now down to 20. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Second down, Pollard again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he is caught. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 19. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
2nd and 10, here's Herbert once more. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Herbert throwing again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Barkley, inside handoff. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Right back to him on first down. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now it's Herbert. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Howell throwing for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
He'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
Here's Pollard again. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Howell now to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Howell. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, able to avoid him. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
Out of the gun, it's Howell. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Dolphins' 35-yard line.
It's Howell with another throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Amazing how Jefferson makes first downs like that look routine, isn't it? He's off to the greatest start by a receiver in NFL history. Set records for most catches and yards in a player's first 3 seasons and led the league in both last year.
His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down. Now Saquon Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson. And the Bills are going to be set up with a first and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Barkley will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Miami set to take over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. He got 29 yards that time. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
A throw over the middle taken in, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Now a give here to Pollard. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Quentin Williams busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and the lead will hold at 10. Yeah, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Here's Howell. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete out left to Ayuk. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Back to throw. Howell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing here, Howell. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Another throw for Howell. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Brings up 2nd down.
Off play action. It's Howell. And he's going to go down again. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Now they go play action with Howell. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. Down the sideline he goes. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Gano for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Howell throwing again after the pick-6. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. And Howell will throw it. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll get it inside the 35.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Miami, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.